What's up everybody, Monkey here. Welcome back to another video. Today we're playing some more Battle for Neighborville. If you guys don't know, the game launched in kind of like a beta, but not really. It's really hard to explain. I'll provide a link down below where I explain it in another video if you guys want to. But today, with it being a new game, I just want to go over the new characters and just show you guys their abilities and stuff like that. Now, after this video, I am going to be doing showcases on all the characters. You guys will see gameplay. I'll jump into the multiplayer portal, wreak some havoc, get in a lot of mischief, so that is coming. But today I just wanted to do a little brief description since it is a new game and maybe you guys don't know what these guys do yet. So we're going to start off with Nightcap. We're going to start on the plant team. So we'll go to character details. So Nightcap has a role of attack. So now there's different roles if you guys don't know, and they explain why they're an attack role, a support role, defense role. I think those are the only three. I don't know. But primary weapon is Spore Strike. We'll show you guys that in a second. Excels at stealth and mobility. Use Shadow Sneak to get in and out of combat or set up a knockout blow with Fung Fu. So Nightcap, she's basically an assassin, a ninja, and she's really cool. So your L1, if you're on PS4, you can hide allies and restrict enemy movement in the Shadow Dome. So you kind of throw out like this smoke grenade, it hits the ground, it creates a dome, you can run in it, your allies can hide in it, and then if you throw it on your enemies, kind of like a grenade, they're going to be restricted in their movement, and you can just really capitalize on that. So it's really cool. A lot of cool things you can do with it that I will show in Nightcap Showcase. Up next, we have Fung Fu Triangle. Repeatedly strike nearby enemies for massive damage. So this is like our ultimate, our big bad ability. Does a lot of damage. It is really cool. It's kind of like an Imp of some sort. Really awesome. And then our R1 is Shadow Sneak, disappear and move swiftly. So like the description said, we're going to be using that to get behind enemies. If we're about to die, we can use it to get out of combat. Pretty awesome. But let's go ahead and get into the backyard. Alright, so we're in the backyard. So, cool thing about Nightcap is she has a unique trait about her. You can double jump. So you're kind of like the Imp where you want to just keep moving around and dodging stuff. So it's really cool. If you guys don't know, you can now sprint in the game as well. So, we're aiming. This is going to be our main attack. It's like basically, I call it like slicing and dicing. It's really cool. I feel like you don't do a lot of damage far away, but if you get close, it's pretty awesome. So we're going to go ahead and use our L1. This is the dome where you can hide in or restrict enemies' movement. So you throw it out, you can hide in it, and your allies can hide in it, and then your enemies just have a bad time. Our R1 is really cool. This is where we move fast. So this is how we're going to get in and out of combat. You can use it multiple times. It's pretty good, to be honest. You can jump, sprint, do whatever. Pretty good. And our triangle ability, our ultimate, our big bad ability, takes a second, but once it gets going, it does a lot of damage. So what you can do, which I will show you guys in Nightcap Showcase, but you could do this, you can hide in it, start your triangle, and when it's about to start doing damage, you move out of the circle and just mess the zombies up. Pretty awesome. But that is Nightcap. Let me know down below how you feel about her, and after I go through all the characters, let me know your favorite. But let's go ahead and move on. So up next we have Snapdragon. Snapdragon is really cool. So he's another attacker. His primary weapon is Flame Blower. All about controlling space and doing lots of damage up close. Blazing Trail is great at splitting a battlefield or holding a choke point. So L1 is our Swoop Slam. Really fun to say, I don't know why. Swoop slamming people. Fly up and then crash down to deal damage on impact. Pretty cool. Then our ultimate, our big bad ability is Blue Blazes. Launch a blue fireball that follows enemies. So it's like a homing, heat-seeking missile. Pretty cool. And then R1, create a blazing wall of fire along a straight path. Really cool as well. So we're going to go ahead and get into the backyard, and I'll show you guys the abilities. So Snapdragon is pretty cool because you have two different types of attacks. We have our up-close attack where we just breathe fire. And if you guys can see down below in the right corner, we have like a energy gauge kind of sort of thing. So kind of like how in Garden Warfare 2 you're shooting with super brains, how you can overheat. You can do that with Snapdragon. So this is our up close just by pressing R2. Now if we aim in, you can see that the sights are different. We can now do long range. So we're kind of like a Yeti chomper. is pretty cool. So we have 2 attacks. So let's go ahead and do our L1. Pretty awesome, right? And then our R1 is pretty cool too. It deals a lot of damage. Look at that. So you can just cause havoc and just really separate the zombie team, and just you can do some pretty cool stuff with it. Another thing I want to talk about before I go into the triangle ability, I don't know if I can get anywhere high up here, but Snapdragon can hover down, like slow-mo kinda. Hopefully I can show it like this. So you hold X and you kinda hover. You don't really fly, but you hover. It's pretty cool. And then here is our triangle ability. Pretty awesome. It just follows the zombie and it does a lot of damage. So Snapdragon is pretty good. I like Snapdragon a lot. But let's go ahead and show the final plant. And that is this little guy. But he's not so little. He's pretty good, to be honest. Acorn. He is a defender. So his primary weapon is shell shot. Try to say that 10 times fast. Acorns work best when they attack in groups. Transform into oak and load up with the acorn passengers who'll get increased firepower and survivability. So acorn is really cool because this is the first thing we've seen in Plants vs. Zombies other than kind of like Hover Goat. That's like a really team player. You like come together and just destroy, which is really cool. Our L1 is Sap Trap. Launch a stinky launch a sticky knockback explosive. Then you press L1 again to detonate it. Pretty cool. It does go pretty far, so you have to be careful with that, kind of get used to it, but it's pretty cool. Our triangle is Invoke Oak. Transform into an oak, joinable by up to 3 additional acorns. Pretty awesome. And our R1 is Acorn Dash. Quickly spin in the direction you're moving. So let's go ahead and jump into the backyard with our acorn guy. So this is what it looks like when we're sprinting. Pretty cool. Our L1 ability. So, like I said, it goes pretty far. And then you press L1 again, detonates. Not a big explosion, but we're in a little acorn. Like, come on. Give the guy some props, right? And then we're going to press R1, which is our, like, sprint. Pretty good. And then now, the moment you guys are probably waiting for, our attack. No. But this is our attack. This is like rapid firing, like seed dots basically, which is pretty cool. Triangle is how we're going to go and transform into the oak. So now we're into the oak. Our L1 is still the same ability, just a little bit bigger, but our R1 is different. Our R1's pretty cool actually. You kind of like just throw your arm out there and it runs over zombies and does a lot of damage. Pretty awesome. But here is our shot with the oak. Pretty standard. It's just like a cannon basically. Best way I can explain it. And then our triangle gets us out of the oak. So this is Acorn. He's pretty cool. But let me know down below your favorite plant. But we're going to go ahead and move on to the zombie side. And up first, we have our 80s action hero. So his role is attack. Primary weapon is a bow blaster. 80s action heroes are all about explosions. Explosions from afar, from above, from behind cover, and even where they're standing. Okay, so he's a crazy action hero. Our L1 is dynamite, dodge, evade in any direction while a drop explosive covers your tracks. So this is really good because nightcaps are going to get close to you. Snapdragons could be close to you. Chompers can be close to you. So this just, it's really good if you can get the timing right and just practice with it. It's fantastic. Our triangle is our ultimate rocket ride. Fly into the air and launch a large volley of explosive missiles. It is as sweet as you guys imagine. It's pretty awesome. R1 is can't missile, deploying homing rockets that track the nearest target if no lock-on targets are provided. Pretty awesome. So let's go ahead and jump into the backyard. So as you guys can see, the area's changed. This is the zombie's backyard. So let's go ahead and I want to show you guys his shooting. Now without aiming in, you can charge up your shot or you could do rapid firing. Pretty cool. If you aim in, it's basically the same thing. You can charge your shot and just rapid fire as well. Pretty awesome. But we're going to go ahead and do our L1 where we leave the dynamite and go in a different direction. So like, oh no, there's a Snapdragon on us. Whoop. Boom. And it blows up pretty fast, which is really good. And then our R1, which is our missiles, does a lot of damage. Basically kind of like a soldier's RPG. Pretty good. And our ultimate is pretty awesome. This thing is insane. I've used it in a game already, and it's really fun. And people will definitely be looking up at you because they're gonna have fear in their eyes. But let's go ahead and let's check out the next zombie. Kind of hurrying up because I don't want this to be too much long of a video, but here we are. So we got Electric Slide. So her role is attack as well. Primary weapon is Boogie Bolt. Electric slides are good at making enemies scatter. Their arcing electricity, funky bouncer, and disco tornado are great at pushing enemies around. So our L1 is our funky bouncer, push enemies away with a bouncy magnet. Triangle is out of fight, transform into pure energy to gain invulnerable I can't say that word right now, I don't know why. Not vulnerable, but disable weapons. So it's kind of a way, just like it says, out of fight, you just get out of combat. Don't know why I can't say that. Disco Tornado R1, summon a small I can't talk anymore, guys. Summon a small electrical whirlwind and press R1 to expand it into a damaging tornado. Pretty awesome. So let's go ahead and jump in the backyard with her. So we're sprinting right now. So this is what she looks like when you're sprinting. So we're going to go ahead and throw out our magnet. Yeah, look at it go. Look at it bouncing. This is our shooting, by the way. You have to keep pressing R2. But it's just basically electric damage. It's a lot of fun. Here's our R1. And then you can press R1 again to detonate. And it kind of gets bigger and does more damage. So it's really cool at pushing the plants back. And it's pretty awesome. And then our triangle, which is basically how we can just get out of fights and run away. So that is her. She's pretty good. I haven't played her too much, but I've given everyone a chance so far in multiplayer, and they all feel pretty good. Now, like I said earlier, I will be doing character showcases where I show the character more and jump into some gameplay with them and really show what they can do. Now it's just a little brief explanation, get you guys pumped for the new game. So our last one for today is Space Cadet. Her role is defend, primary weapon is Cosmo Shot. Space Cadets are great at teaming up. Up to 4 can create a space station armed with lasers, shields, and rockets. So it's kind of like the Acorn where you can just group up. It's really cool. It was shown in the trailer. If you guys haven't seen it, it's pretty cool. So our L1 is Gravity Smash. Fly up, then crash down to cause damage on impact. Our triangle, Station Inflation, transform into a space station joinable by other space cadets. R1, Big Bang Beam. Fire a damaging precision laser after a short charge up. So pretty cool. So let's go ahead and jump in the backyard. So as we're splinting, we don't have a splinter here. She's pretty cool. She got her hands up in the air, feeling the wind, living life. But here's her shooting, or shots. Just basically kind of like a rapid fire, kind of like the Acorn. Nothing too crazy. Then our L1 is where we just jump down and do a lot of damage. It's really cool. So as you guys can see, it did take a little bit, so you kind of have to get your timing right, and it will definitely do some work. And then our R1, where it just charges up a little bit and it just does a shot. So pretty cool. But here's our triangle. We're not going to be able to really show it, but you guys can see the rings where other space cadets are going to get into, and it's going to be even better, kind of like the Acorn. But our R1 is pretty cool. It's kind of, actually I don't know what the R1 does. What does the R1 do? Fly up and destroy enemies below with a massive laser. Okay, I don't know why I forgot about that. But this one can double jump as well, like the Nightcap. So we can just jump around with all our space cadets in. And then our L1 increases rate of fire and ability refreshes to enter space station crew. And then our triangle, of course, escapes. So let's go ahead and use our Space Force. Not going to really show too much, but it is what it is. But Space Cadet, I haven't really played her too much. I haven't really seen a lot of people play her yet either in multiplayer. But let me know down below your favorite zombie or just your favorite new character in general. I think my favorite one on the zombies is definitely 80s action hero. And on plants, my favorite is Nightcap for sure. Nightcap is really strong. I don't know if she's going to get nerfed or what, but there's a lot of them running around, and it's pretty fun, not gonna lie. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please fling a banana at that like button. But I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day, and I will see you next time. Peace!